Okay, I'm really excited to talk about your book, but this is sort of just newsy because of the week that this has been. At the Gridiron Dinner in Washington, D.C., that's a dinner where politicians are known to make humorous speeches. Vice President, they try, yes. Vice President Mike Pence made a joke about your husband taking paternity leave, and he referred to it as maternity leave. And when I saw that, my biggest reaction was, really? You're just going to recycle a 1998 joke that's like been around forever? But what was your reaction?
I mean, I think joke is being generous there.
Yeah,
especially at the Daily Show.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's a sad trend of people on the other side, you know, using homophobia and misogyny to try to make a point. I mean, he's trying to launch a presidential campaign, and you know, from my experience in presidential politics, it's about who you bring into the fold, right? What you inspire people to believe in a better version of America, especially in those early days. So I guess that's how he wants to start his campaigin, which I don't think is surprising to any of us.
Okay, so in that case, he's using us to be relevant, and we're going to move on.
Exactly.
I'm just going to not give him that time. This is the young adult version of your New York Times bestseller, which I assume is just going to get banned as soon as it comes out. So congratulations.
Probably send it to Mike Pence, so you might learn a thing or two from it.
Exactly. But why did you write a young adult version?
You know, I'm very proud of this one. It's the book that I wish I would have had when I was in 8th grade. You know, I grew up in conservative rural northern Michigan where I did not know any out people. I thought that I had a sort of disease. I thought something was wrong with me. And this book is an opportunity to tell young people that there is nothing wrong with you. There are millions of people out here who love you, who will support you. You know, and that's the best part about projects like this, is you get an opportunity to go out there and do good with that platform. So we're going to take this book on tour, and we're going to go to some of these red places like Texas, Florida, Utah, Missouri, and you know, we're going to have those conversations with kids about how there's nothing wrong with who you are, and there are a lot of people out here backing you up.
That's awesome. Very nice. That's great. You are not jaded from what I gather. If you're saying things like that and you're actually going to those places. How long have you guys lived in D.C. now?
2 years, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so what was the expectation of D.C. versus the reality of D.C. for you?
Well, I mean, it is a tremendous opportunity for our family to have, that chance to be part of something big. I certainly thought that people were elected into office to go and make change in this country. And then I got there and realized that there are incredible people who are focused on improving people's lives. And there are also people who use Washington just to audition to be on Tucker Carlson, you know, or DC has kind of become this content farm. For some people, where they go into hearings and they say something lambastic or offensive because they know it'll get people outraged, and then they can cut that and put it on their podcast. And so that experience of Washington, you know, the district is beautiful, people are great, and then there's Washington, and I try to keep as much of a distance as I can from it, focus on my family, focus on the good, and, you know, allow the other stuff to fall off the shoulder.
Okay, you mentioned Tucker Carlson. He's like kind of obsessed with you.
I try not to.
Well, my question is, like, how do you deal with, I remember there was something he did, like, is Pete Buttigieg gay? And I'm like, how do you even, like, why are they so obsessed with you?
I think they just,
and him.
You know, it's easier to focus on really weird shit, you know? And that gets people fired up, and it gets people talking about you online, and people make a lot of money.
Yeah.
People make a lot of money by you being mad. And so, like, I wish this guy would, like, send us some diaper money or something. The amount of money that he's raising off our family.
Yeah, exactly. He's making money off of you.
But then you see people like the state senator in Nebraska who uses her platform to do good things. You see the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act passed in Michigan today, extending civil rights protection to people in Michigan. So that's the stuff we stay focused on, you know, and let people on late night television talk about the things they want. You know?
All right, so as we wrap up, how do you stay that hopeful? How do you go from people, idiots like me, asking you about Tucker Carlson, and then you're like, here's the things that I actually find hopeful? How do you do that?
Well, I mean, my draft folder is long, but
tweets that you haven't said.
I try to put the good stuff out there. But it's my kids, you know. They've changed everything.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you've got two screaming twins who just want their dinner and they want their bath time, and that grounds me because that's the good work. You know, you're raising the next generation. You're focused on the good. You're focused on the opportunity to make this a better country, and you let the weird people on television talk about whatever they want to do, because I know that we are all part of something much bigger than ourselves.
Well, Chasten Buttigieg, everyone, thank you so much for being here. You are incredible. I Have Something to Tell You for Adults is available for pre-order. Thanks, man.